Your favorite team, the Broncos, they did not look good.
Ooh, Bo struggled.
Biggest spread of the week. Depending on the number you got, they did not cover the 8.5. Bo Nix struggled as being generous. Look at that. Awful pocket awareness. He had a fumble, 2 bad picks. I mean, look at that throw. What's he doing? And then he had a 4th down scramble. He tried his own tush push and tripped. It was a total debacle. Bo Nix did shout out the defense afterward, which had 6 sacks.
It's the best feeling when you got a great defense. Just over and over, they just kind of took got us out of a jam and continue to do that throughout the game. The one that really sticks out is, they get the ball, down 1, and we get 2 sacks and get them out of field goal range. That'll change the game in a hurry and change the environment, get guys back into the game, and it was awesome to see.
There is something to say here about Sean Payton challenges his quarterbacks, really challenges them. I felt Denver, there's so much movement, so many substitutions. I felt several times Bo Nix was getting to the line with 10 seconds left. You got to get to the line with 20 on the clock. So I feel like they're, and Sean will do this. He's going to push you to the most you can handle. Bo Nix is in year 2. And I just thought, listen, their O-line's good. Cortland Sutton's excellent. Sean's a great coach. The defense is a sea of orange. I think they're going to be fine. I mean, how often in the NFL can you play poorly and win?
Well, when you're facing a rookie quarterback at home, you better get that dub. But they struggled. I mean, listen, I know he's your boy, and I like Sean Payton too. Some of the stuff he was calling yesterday, that 4th down decision to chuck it deep. I mean, it gave Tennessee the ball. I didn't like what I saw at all from Denver. Quickly on Tennessee. So, Cam Ward, if you just looked at this.
No, I want to talk about the Broncos. So, first off, sometimes you take that shot down the field, especially when you trust your team and trust your quarterback. So I actually think Bo Nix played really good. Listen, it obviously wasn't a great game. I do think they were doing too much. The defense was obviously great. They held the Titans 2 for 14 on 3rd down, 0 for 2 in the red zone, 4 turnovers on offense from the Broncos, and yet they still only gave up 12 points. So obviously a ton of extra possessions. So I think that's really impressive. Whether you're going up against a rookie or not, that's still really impressive. In this, and the sign of a great defense is making a rookie or a young quarterback look really uncomfortable throughout the game, and they did that. So they passed that with flying colors, and again, you had 4 turnovers on offense. So that's a lot of extra time spent on the field and a lot of extra possessions. So whether it's a rookie or not, still holding them down to 12 points, that actually makes it even more impressive, honestly. So I think that goes a long way. To me, it was clear that Bo Nix wanted to be aggressive. It was just this aggressiveness, this from the jump, and I just feel as though that he needed to settle, and I think Sean Payton needed to do a better job of just settling the offense. They really struggled to run the ball until near the end of the game when they finally did have some of these breakout runs. Right. I mean, RJ Harvey had to break out 50-yard rush. Prior to that, only 15. Right. I mean, they had 56 rushing yards inside the 9-minute mark in the 4th quarter. So it's just there was no settling of this offense. There was no easy all right, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 2. It was a lot. So that to me was kind of problematic. I mean, Bo Nix 40 pass attempts, 25 for 40, 176 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and the fumble. So I just, they were 1 for 3 in the red zone, 6 for 15 on 3rd, and 0 for 2 on 4th. to me, this was an indicator, a sign of them doing too much, wanting to just kind of run the Titans out of town. And it was a little bit less situational than I would have anticipated. They still struggled to run the ball in a way that I found frustrating and surprising. And yeah, and Bo Nix was just not super clean. But I mean, like the Titans had 13 penalties, might be 12, but I think it's 13. And make no mistake about it, the Broncos were fortunate to come away with a win here, right? They absolutely were. But you see this as an indicator of this was a bad team, and this bad team was struggling. This to me was a team that seemed out of sync, was doing too much, and had a quarterback who was so fired up and is ready just to like be unleashed and just get after the NFL. And it's just, I think it just needs to be like, let's just chill for a second. Like we still got time to work this out, to figure this out, to learn, to grow, evolve, right? Like it was just like, to me, it was just like he was trying to play like he's like, it's week 9 in his 5th year, ready to ball on a mission. And it was just like, let's just settle stuff down here. Let's just settle stuff down. And they just didn't do it right. Straight up, they just didn't do it. They were fortunate that they still came away with the win. Now they're still won. They won, the Chargers won, the Raiders won, the Chiefs lost. So like you're off to a good spot, at least in that regard. But to me, I'm more curious now to see how the next couple of weeks go, because if you watch the Buffalo Bills versus the Ravens game, Collinsworth said something that I thought was really smart. He was like, you can tell that Josh Allen is really hyped up right now, that he's really fired up and that he needs to settle down, right? He made one throw that was like 200 miles per hour, and it was just like, you got to settle down a little bit. That's Josh Allen, who's been in the NFL for years. That's Josh Allen, who was just the MVP. Like, that's Josh Allen, who's been experienced and is literally all-time special talent. And week 1, he's fired up and ready to get after it. And you could see Bond fired up and getting after. You could just see he was just ready to just erupt. And it's just like, you definitely got to settle. Like, even that one player, I forget which receiver it was, but he was expecting his receiver to stop and come back to him, and he didn't. And he kept, like, you could see him. He was like, stop, he was even like a little bit being like overly aggressive. And it was just like, I just think like everyone just needed to chill out a little bit. So to me, I'm more interested to see what they do really next week more than anything. And just being like, all right, everyone just came in a little too hot week 1. We got to just chill for a minute and kind of go from there, smooth this out, and just understand it's week 1. It's week 1. Now, if you obviously continue to have these types of issues, that, then we'll talk. But when you're a young team, when you're a young quarterback, I'm just a lot more forgiving of some of these things. I expect more out of Josh Allen, Mar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, right? Like, these are legitimate seasoned veterans, okay? Like, I expect them to understand they've had a lot of week 1 games throughout their years, which is why I signal out that Josh Allen was fired up and it took him a minute to kind of get settled. And it's like, that's Josh Allen, right? Like, that's if it's taken Josh Allen a second to fire him. Patrick Mahomes, I understand Xavier Worthy got injured and all that, but like, he was not sharp in the beginning of that game. Kurt Warner talked about it. I mean, he was almost like walking on eggshells, talking about like, Patrick Mahomes is just not really delivering an accurate ball right now, right? Like, so those things can happen. Like I said already, though, like, I do expect a little bit more from seasoned veterans. and I'm a lot more forgiving of the younger quarterbacks, but I like J-Max trying to sound the alarm right now, and it's just like let's just chill out for a second. Not everyone can hit the ground running. I thought Penix had an awesome game. Jin Daniels was imperfect. He missed a handful of throws. He had this one drive back-to-back throws that he just straight up missed to Debo and Terry McLaurin back-to-back against a not very good Giants team either. So these things just kind of happen. They really do, and I don't think any panic needs to take place. But obviously, you want to see this get corrected sooner rather than later. So, for me, since you're going up against Tennessee Titans, since you're going up against a team that its first ever game for a rookie quarterback, there's not a ton of takeaways from this game. There's not a ton of confirmation. Again, I believe this defense will be great in the O-line, etc., etc. But this is a tough game to really draw any strong conclusions for on either side of the ball. So for me, I'm just very much kind of throw to the side, on to week 2, 3, and beyond. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bo Nix and Denver Broncos? Still winning 20-12, but playing less than ideal to say the least. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. Please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much.